I've always liked to think of my home being like my safe haven. You know, when you get off work or you leave school, it's been a long day, where's the first place you want to go? Home.
My name is Jamie. I'm 21. I have two babies under 2 years old. I live in Stark, Florida, and I am homeless.
Oh, I'm Nicole. I'm 22. I have one baby, and I'm homeless and trying to get housing.
Hello, I'm 54 years old. I live in Stark. My mom passed away in 2014. That's whenever I became homeless for 3 years.
My name's Damon Barnes. I am 45 years old, and I have a total of 4 kids, but I take care of 2 kids full time.
Jeremy Stevens, good with the Lord, just got baptized. Had a bad past, and I'm looking forward to do good for my children and just do right and try to get a place and a job, some surgery done.
What's your name?
Kayla,
And how old are you?
I'm 28.
And how many kids do you have?
I have 5.
Hi, my name is Jesse Gilmat.
My name is Patricia Owen.
I work at FedEx Ground. Just recently got a job. Trying to get back on my feet again. And I got my 5 kids: Caden, Jacob, Noah, Jasmine, Destiny.
And y'all just had a baby recently?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I've got here. I have Jack and Erilyn. Jack is 4 years old. Next month he'll be 5, and Erilyn is 3. He'll be 4 in December. Jack has the issue with the muscular dystrophy, so he has basically a terminal disability. So.
I fell in a situation of being homeless.
I used to do sales. I worked for a company called New South Windows. It's a window manufacturer down in Tampa. And I did sales for them, so it means I was on the road. I was like a road warrior. And long hours, but phenomenal money. I was making roughly, my first year, I made like 170. The second year, I was on path to make around 300,000.
I was serving. I was a waitress. And that allowed me to make money every single day. My tips, honestly, is what allowed me to take care of my 5 kids on my own.
My mom got sick in, 2010, and she just started going downhill from then. And I took care of her till she died. I mean, I cooked for her. I drove her anywhere she needed to go. I even wiped her butt.
At the time, me and my wife just had 4 kids. I was originally in jail for probation violation, and then another 30 days for something else. I was in there for a month and a half. When I was in there, my wife got evicted from the apartment that we were living at.
Did not even know. I was living in Georgia at the time. I took 6 pregnancy tests. They told me that I wasn't pregnant and nothing was happening. So I came down to Jacksonville because I was from Jacksonville, but then had moved to Stark. And then they was like, well, you're 9 centimeters. She's coming. I'm like, who's coming? So I was pretty shocked.
They
Then
literally snuck up on you.
yeah, I was pretty shocked. I stayed with my grandma for almost until she's about, let's see, 6 weeks old. She called DCF on me, and that's how.
And she didn't know how to be a mom. So how are you going to call DCF on someone who
Right.
didn't even know they were pregnant? They don't know how to be a mom.
Right.
Like, they need guidance.
So I got a hold of, my parents are here. So I got a hold of my mom. She said about Answers. So ever since I've been came here, Answers has been more a family to me
Than our own family.
than my own family. Like, my mom didn't start coming into my life.
Off we went to now the third, I believe, fourth, fourth medical facility to try to figure out what's going on with my son. And after one visit, they did blood work there and stuff like that. And I'll never forget, I had gotten let go of my employment in the last week of June of 2022, and I got his diagnosis literally a week later on that Friday.
Do you mind telling me a little bit about what it was like, being on the street with the kids and stuff, like with your whole clan?
It was hard being
It was hard.
It was really hard.
Even on the hot days in the summer.
Sweating, thirsty, drinking. It was hard walking around.
Me and my kids have spent so much money probably on plasticware and paperware because that's what we used to throw away. I remember times where there was motels and they would have a little oven and a bigger fridge, and I'd be so thankful because I could actually like cook meals, and I would keep like a few pots in the truck. And I remember whenever I would make like mac and cheese and things like that, I wouldn't have actual spoons. I'd have the plastic spoons, and when I'd stir the mac and cheese in the pot as it was boiling, it would melt the spoon and fold it over, and just like you'd run out.
It's a lot living out of tubs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
trying to make something out of nothing. If you don't have a closet, you want to hang your child's clothes up so they look good when they go to school.
Yeah.
You make your own stuff.
Like what?
Rods. I got a broomstick, in the corner, with screws in it to where I could hang my daughter's stuff up, to where it wasn't so humiliating of me out living out of a tub. I didn't want her to. So it's rough.
I lived sleeping behind dumpsters, on sidewalks, on benches, right outside the Salvation Army in Ocala behind the courthouse.
In my experience, I didn't have a car. I lost my car Memorial Day of the previous year. So I lost my apartment and lost my car. And then obviously I got pretty much dropped off here. And I pretty much all I had was a red wagon that's in that closet right now. And that's how I would walk from here to the Shands to do all his appointments, which were twice a week, blood work twice a week. And it's about 2-3 miles, I think 2 miles or something like that each way. But you do what you got to do. And after being here, I think about a month, I got that bicycle. Somebody donated the bike and the bike carriage, so that made it a lot easier to get the kids to their doctor's appointments and to keep getting Jackie's treatments.
There were a few nights where I slept in the vehicle. I found a safe place that I felt was safe because it's scary, and I let the kids sleep, and I didn't sleep. I was too scared to sleep. It was cheaper to run my vehicle all night long to keep AC on than to pay for the room that night that I couldn't even find sometimes.
We also slept at laundromats. It's something you're not supposed to do, but we had to take the risk of, waiting the next day, making more money to go to a hotel. But as childcare, when you're homeless, you have nobody to take care of you. Nobody to take care of the kids.
And it's harder to get a job when you have a baby.
Because nobody really wants to hire you when you have a baby.
You have to have open availability. Not only that, to get a daycare voucher, you have to be working 20 hours a week. So if you don't have family that can help you or friends that can help you, you're working. How are you going to work and pay for your child care in advance whenever you don't have the money to pay for it?
And it's also, you have to be working for 30 days just to even get a voucher.
Well, I tell people, this is the God honest truth. I think that everybody needs to experience homelessness once in their life to understand
How hard
what it is to be humble.
It's very scary to tell anybody about your situation when you're a parent that loves your kids and your kids are all you have, because you're scared that they'll get taken away from you. And if they're taken away from you, they're not going to have anybody.
One thing about being homeless is the hot heat, the 100-degree weather, sunburns, and worrying about kids that are in diapers and two little girls that have to wear wear shoes that we had to buy mostly every day because they were literally their feet were hurting, and putting my daughter in a shopping cart, putting my son in a shopping cart when they were tired. They didn't like the hot heat. They were sunburned and everything.
We became very close at that time. Most motels only have 2 beds, so we all slept together, all 6 of us. At one point, we even pushed 2 beds together and just had one massive bed because everybody argued with who's gonna sleep with mom. They just felt safe sleeping with me, so I told him we made a California king.
And I went through Marion County Homeless Council to help me, and they helped me a lot. I mean, they gave us food and clothes and everything, and they even put me in the newspaper because I was the first one they really helped and got an apartment for. So, and I talked in front of people like I am now about being homeless and everything, and they asked me, what's the biggest item of clothes a homeless person needs? And the way I look at it is socks, because they walk all the time.
Beat up. What I'd like people to understand is from my experience, is out of a terrible experience, out of a terrible, situation with my son that I'm gonna, again, he's terminal, and there's nothing we can do about it. But it's been a blessing to have people in your corner that that are trying, that understand that not all homeless people are drug addicts or don't want to work. I do want to work. I enjoy working. I think working has been therapeutic, and I knew it would be to be getting back to work so it could take my mind off of my son.
Well, it's always good to have friends. Always good to talk to somebody, because if you leave it bottled up, you're gonna explode.
Big explosion.
I mean, I've been bankrupted 4 times when I was homeless. I mean, you go through different emotions, and it's like you sit back and you think, why are you in this situation? And then
God won't put on you what you can't handle.
that's true.
At least give us a little bit of a break so that we can actually apply for the voucher and not have it come out of our pocket so we can save. Because like I said before, the inflation in today's day and age is horrible. So everything is suffering with that. That means our food, the money that we spend on our food isn't lasting as much as it did, even a year ago, 2 years ago. It was completely different than it was now. Rent is expensive. You want a nice place to live that doesn't have that you're not around bad stuff, bad addictions, bad whatever. You have to spend like anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500, or you have to roommate. You have to get a roommate and do it with them. So.
And what kind of pay are you finding with the jobs that you're looking at?
Nothing.
$12 an hour.
$12.
Tell you right now, if you have somebody to help you out, I don't have family that lives out here. She don't have family that lives out here. Just me and her and my kids. That's it.
Homeless people are all human. We're all the same. If we have a home, if we don't, we're equal. We're the same. When you're homeless, you don't have the same rights. You're not looked at the same. You're not treated the same. And you're not even talked about the same. But you are the same.
Donating to Family Promise would help families like us succeed and have better probability and a better chance of having a better life for us and our family.